Yes, I was drinking the watermelon juice and the broth. And listen, I didn't plan to do 40 days. I didn't plan to do 40 days. I got to I got to day 25. So up until day 25, basically, I started conferring with ChatGPT. And I was chatting to ChatGPT about the science of my fast, the intricacies of my fast, and I was getting some really, really good knowledge. He was even talking about urine therapy, all this kind of stuff from a non-biased perspective. I really respect the information that I was receiving, better than just typing stuff in on Google. And I don't know what the algorithms are saying, but when you're an occultist and conspiracy theorist, sometimes things are, you don't really get the information you need. ChatGPT I found was very neutral in what I was asking for and the responses I was getting. So I was asking about the fast, and ChatGPT persuaded me that I should get on the plant milk. So what is plant milk? Plant milk, I'm talking about homemade nut milk. And I was like, plant milk. Now, this is not something I never would have drunk before on my 40-day fast or on any fast. I saw it as like a smoothie, or I don't know what it was, but ChatGPT kind of told me that what is really the difference between a juice, say like a carrot, apple, ginger juice. It's quite thick, there's bits in there, even though it's liquid, but there is still substance within that. And plant milk, what is the difference? It's strained and it's just liquid. And I was like, okay, the only difference is it's got calories and fats and protein, all that kind of stuff. But me, I'm Kapha and Ayurveda. My main dosha is Kapha and Vata. So yeah, I got predominance of Kapha. So I love oily stuff. I love creamy textures, nuts, dates, avocados, olives, all that kind of stuff. Bananas. I love creamy, oily textures, just like my skin, just like my legs. You know what I'm saying? This is my nature. This is what I love. So not having anything creamy for that long, when ChatGPT on day 25 told me, boy, go ahead, get in that nut milk, best believe I went in. What did I have? Cashew milk, walnut milk, almond milk, Brazil nut milk, pecan milk, hazelnut milk. I had a variety of these. Mainly was the cashew. I keep it real. The cashew was the creamiest of the 5 or 6 I mentioned. The soaking time, because you have to soak the nuts. The soaking time was really simple. Like, obviously overnight they should be soaked, but really the cashews were soaking in a couple of hours. I felt like they were ready. And yeah, they just came out the most creamiest. I think pecans was obviously nice. I've got a thing with pecans. One time I done pecan and hazelnut together. That was really cool. Brazil nuts is cool. Walnut, surprisingly, because I do like walnuts, wasn't the best, and the almond is like, but yeah, I think the cashew for me, it was the go-to 100%. So I've got a really good juicer. Probably my best investment that I ever made was my juicer. And it's a 2-step process. Now, I regret that I didn't make any videos documenting what I was doing, because I was getting really scientific in the kitchen. Sometimes I felt like like I said, I'm conducting experiments. I kind of see that now, that the Virgo, Aquarian energy, Mercury, Uranus is very scientific, analytical, out there. 5-1 and I'm a 5-1 in human design. So yeah, this is kind of my path. This is kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of, trying to spread awareness about, some taboo things, but I'm just kind of spreading awareness about the conscious evolution, how to take control of your life and take back the power into your own hands, into your own heart, because there's a lot of infiltrations going on in this realm, but we're coming back to right information and right knowledge. It's about time we started applying this knowledge, because there's abundance of knowledge out there, but knowledge without application, we need to start applying it. So yeah, with the juicer, it's a 2-step process. So with the soaked nuts, you get rid of the water and you put the nuts in. There's a certain attachment that goes into my juicer that's kind of blunt, so nothing comes through the juicing end, it goes through the pulp end. So what would happen, I put the soaked nuts through, it would go through the machine and it would come out this kind of sludge. The cashew nut was pure sludge, it was really soft. And what you do, you put water in there, and I would get in there with my hands and I would mix this broken up nut with the water, and it starts to blend and creates like the kind of milk, but there's still bits in there. it's best to leave that for some time, maybe 10 minutes minimum. You can crack on straight away, but the longer the better, the more it will infuse with the nut. So from there, I would change the attachment into the juicing attachment, which had the holes for the stuff to come out the bottom. So I would get a funnel. I didn't have a funnel at first. Things got a bit messy. I would pour that into the top over the funnel. As I'm explaining this, I can really see myself making videos about how to make nut milk, because I guarantee I made the best nut milk. I can make the best nut milk that anyone's ever tasted, hands down. I was making so much, I'll get onto that in a second. I was really getting experimental. Those that know me know I'm very sensual. I'm all about the senses and all that kind of stuff. So I was getting real experimental in the kitchen. So yeah, I would put it through and boom, through one end would come the nut pulp, and through the other end would come the nut milk. So I would take that away. I would put it through the strainer again, because there was still some little bits that managed to get through, so it was just pure liquid. I would save the nut pulp in a glass container, pat it down to compress it, put it in the freezer. Right now, I've got loads of nut pulp in the freezer. I've been making little energy balls because I finished the fast now. Really delicious energy balls that I will be making videos about in the future. So I got the nut pulp, it's in the freezer. Now I've got the nut milk. What do I do? So I've got about a litre. So this little glass container that you can't see, but I'm trying to show with my hand, this little glass container of cashews gave me a litre of decently consistent, creamy nut milk. You could add more water if you want to stretch it out, but this was a good consistency for me. It filled up about a litre in this jug that came from the juicer. So what I would do, I'd crack some salt in there, boom, 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 and then I would sweeten it. So I would sweeten it with agave. I did have some honey at the start, but that kind of ran out, and I just kind of kept it with the agave, or had this vanilla essence. So look, it wasn't real vanilla essence. Like, it was actually, it wasn't cheap, but it was absolutely delicious. Like, vanilla, wow, what a blessing vanilla is in the world. I wish it was more abundant and more free and more easily accessible, but nature designed it to be this kind of rare, kind of mystical blessing. You know what I'm saying? Vanilla is absolutely amazing flavor. So I had this vanilla essence that, yeah, probably wasn't natural. So yeah, I was combining the sweetener, so the agave, honey or vanilla essence, salt, mandatory, and then I started getting experimental. So I started putting turmeric in there, or I would do one with cinnamon and nutmeg. That was really nice as well. So all of these varying options of all those 6 different nuts: cashews, almonds, hazelnut, walnuts, pecan, Brazil nut. Is that 5 or 6? Did I say Brazil nut twice? Anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is I got very experimental with the different flavors, consistencies, this and that. I made really good nut milk. But what was the problem? When I started having the nut milk from day 25, things changed. I became that